Been nearly 3 days since the polls closed, but some races still too close to call. Why the Florida election is heading to a recount.
Plus, new details about the man authorities say carried out the mass shooting at a bar in California. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Taylor Torgano.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Topping our news this evening, election officials in Florida are preparing to recount millions of ballots from Tuesday's elections.
The results in 3 races are just too close to call. ABC 7's Erica Jackson has details on that process.
Election day is over, but Florida voters still have many unanswered questions. As of Friday morning, the races for Florida governor, agriculture commissioner, and U.S. Senate were all within half a percentage point, mandating a statewide recount.
We had predicted that there would be a recount. We weren't predicting 3, we were predicting 2.
We've had a big job and we have a big job ahead, and the volume we're dealing with, people have a lot of questions right now.
Elections offices across Florida are sending in results from provisional and any additional ballots. If the race is still within 0.5%, then the state will require a machine recount.
The machine is set up to where it reads both sides at the same time and literally reads them in probably quarter of a second.
And it doesn't end there. Races with a gap of less than 0.25% after the machine recount will need to be recounted by hand. And that may be the case for the race for U.S. Senate between Rick Scott and Bill Nelson, with a difference of less than 0.2% as of Friday morning.
We need every, day and hour that we can at this point, because we had more than 200,000 ballots cast in Sarasota County, so it's quite the undertaking to do this.
Florida dealt with a month-long recount in the 2000 presidential election, but this time the process will likely wrap up in a few days. The extra effort is to ensure your vote is properly counted and protected.
And they placed a ballot. It was going to be counted. It was going to be counted accurately.
Serving as a reminder to all voters that every ballot matters. Reporting in Sarasota and Manatee counties, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Erica, thank you. So why are Broward and Palm Beach counties having so many problems counting votes? And is this anything like that 2000 recount where it went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court? ABC 7's Alan Cohn joins us with more. Alan?
Scott, I was a Broward County voter in 2000. I'm sure there are a lot of folks that are having flashbacks about now, but there is one important difference, at least right now. This isn't about a recount. It's about counting the votes. The 2 big problems in 2000 were the so-called butterfly ballots in Palm Beach County, which confused a lot of voters. The issue in Broward were the punch ballots. Remember the hanging chads? And the difficulty in determining whether a hanging chad or indentation should be counted as a vote. Now Broward uses optical scanners just like we do on the Suncoast. So the problem isn't deciphering voter intent, it is the slowness of the count itself. But it's important to remember this happens all the time in every election, everywhere. The difference is few races are so close. That matters. This year we have 3. Back to you.
All right, Alan, thank you. Turning now to Thousand Oaks, California, where a community is still reeling after a gunman murdered 12 people inside a crowded bar. Less than 2 weeks ago, 11 people were killed inside the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. A year before that, the worst shooting in U.S. history took place in Las Vegas. A Navy veteran survived that Vegas massacre, only to be killed at the bar this week. His mother now demanding change.
And I don't want prayers. I don't want thoughts. I want gun control, and I hope to God nobody else sends me any more prayers. I want gun control. No more guns.
We're also learning new details about the man authorities say carried out that massacre. Investigators say the 28-year-old former Marine walked inside the popular bar wearing a black trench coat and sunglasses. He was armed with a handgun fitted with an extended magazine and then opened fire, eventually turning the gun on himself. Authorities say they still have no motive.
Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been discharged from the hospital where she was admitted after fracturing 3 ribs. According to a statement from the Supreme Court, she fell in her office Wednesday night. She was admitted to the hospital for observation Thursday morning. The 85-year-old became the second woman to serve on the Supreme Court in history in 1993. She has been a justice on the nation's highest court since her appointment by President Bill Clinton. For the latest updates on breaking news happening across the country, as well as your first alert weather forecast, download our ABC7 app. You can find it in the App Store under WWSB or My Suncoast.
Well, here on the Suncoast, sand sculptors from around the world are on Siesta Key this weekend, taking part in the 9th annual Siesta Key Crystal Classic.
The winning sculptures will be named on Sunday afternoon, and there's more than just sand sculptures. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us live on Siesta with a look at what you can expect this weekend. Bob?
That's right. There's a lot more than just the sculptures, and we're going to have a competition as well as a 10-minute, it's called, again, Quicksand. They speed sculpt. 2 artists get up there and they try to sculpt something within 10 minutes, and we just had one of those a minute ago. There's also a little place for kids to do some sculpting as well, and there's going to be an amateur contest too coming up over the weekend, so you can be doing that as well. All weekend long. The gates open tomorrow at 10. It goes until 9 o'clock. There's going to be some evening activities going on here. These sculptures are going to be lit up, and it should be a lot of fun. Get a look at this right here. We got the shadow in there, but who is that guy? That's me. Brian Wigglesworth, one of the master sand sculptors, did this, and you can see ABC7 there. Great job. It's a pretty good likeness. How can you do that in sand? It's amazing. But our weather is looking pretty good too. We are looking for generally fair skies tonight. No chance for any rainfall. Temperatures will stay pretty warm tonight, lows into the low 70s, so it's almost summer-like. We are looking for a front to move through on Saturday, right around midday, but should not be a big deal. We're going to have a slight chance for a shower or two as that front works its way through. What it will do, though, it will cool us down. And Brian Wigglesworth, the guy who did this here behind me and really started this whole thing 9 years ago. Brian, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it, Brian.
You're welcome. Thanks.
You did a good job on that, huh?
Well, you know,
you had a tough subject.
Hard to work with perfection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. Big deal going on here. You got a lot of different artists from all over the world.
All over the world. We got from Lithuania. We have 2 from South Korea, Italy, Canada. They're all from all over the place.
And this particular year, the theme, not for the artwork, but generally for the circus, right?
Right. We always like to theme the centerpiece, and it's Sarasota circus history. And we got a little bit of circus all around the centerpiece sculpture, but I see a couple of the sculptors have actually got into that theme too.
You're looking good, Brian. I tell you that. You know, it's 9 years now, 10 next year. It just keeps getting bigger and better, doesn't it?
10th year. Well, we got to do something really special next year. Not that it's not special every year, but it's got to be really something next year. So we'll start working on it January 1st. And
you did a good job with that. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much, Bob.
That's a first.
We wanted to thank you for everything you and Channel 7 have done for the CSK.
I appreciate it, Brian. Thank you very much, man. It's always a pleasure to be out here. All right, thank you. All right, the weather looks good. We'll have more on our forecast. Tell you about another cold front coming down next week, which will bring us back to fall and possibly somewhat like winter coming up. We'll have more of that a little bit later. Back to you.
Watch out for that guy behind you there, Bob. All right. Still to come in your Suncoast News, while there are several wildfires burning across the state of California, we'll tell you why officials are most worried about 3.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast from the Siesta Key Crystal Classic. Plus, could pollution in the air be making you sick? The link to increased emergency room visits for heart and lung disease.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org. Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to californiaclosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Hi, I'm Chef Alan, and watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7. where we'll be serving up our most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix to sample, pick up the recipe card, and all the ingredients.
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
Our accolades are great. Just wait until you see our prices. Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Now to the wildfires raging in California. The Camp Fire near Chico destroying thousands of homes and still growing. The Woolsey Fire in Southern California threatening the city of Malibu and reducing several homes there to ashes. ABC's Natalie Brunell has the latest from Oak Park, California.
At sunrise, firefighters received some much-needed relief from air support.
Everyone is responding with every tool in the toolbox.
The wind-driven Woolsey and Hill fires devouring the brush near Thousand Oaks, California.
It happened so fast.
Dozens of homes here already destroyed.
It's just devastating. What you take for granted every day, being able to come home and rest your head on a bed, it's gone.
The flames jumping the busy 101 freeway, halting commute. More than 100,000 people under evacuation orders, including all of Malibu. You can see the bumper-to-bumper traffic on the famous Pacific Coast Highway. Residents scrambling to leave.
I knocked on my roommate's door and he said, let's get the hell out of here. And so grabbed whatever I thought I could grab and luckily made it down the street in time.
To the north, heartbreaking destruction as the Camp Fire about 90 miles outside Sacramento turns deadly. Strong winds sparking terrifying fire whirls. Some residents narrowly escaping the danger, their cars surrounded by golden flames.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We've got 4 people trapped in the basement.
4 stuck in a hospital basement, saved moments before the building went up in smoke. In the city of Paradise, apocalyptic images as at least 2,000 homes and businesses are destroyed. Acting Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency here and up north. And while we don't know exactly how many homes burned down like this one, officials say that number is expected to be significant. Natalie Brunell, ABC News, Oak Park, California.
Just over an hour ago, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission releasing its weekly red tide report. Bloom concentrations of red tide generally decreased in many areas of Manatee and Sarasota counties. Background to high concentrations were found in Manatee County, while low to high concentrations were found along Sarasota County beaches. There's a section of Sarasota Bay that shows high levels of red tide. Although the sample showed slight decreases, some fish kills and respiratory irritation were still reported over the past week. Next week, you can learn more about the science behind the harmful algae blooms and the ongoing impacts of red tide across the state. Sarasota County's extension of the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agriculture Sciences, or IFAS, will have a panel of experts to talk about those issues. It will be at the auditorium at Rinling College of Art and Design in Sarasota on Thursday from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Well, 8 teams and 8 solo artists started creating their masterpieces this morning for the 9th annual Siesta Key Crystal Classic.
These sculptures have come from all around the world to take part in this event, as well as there's a village of shopping, food, and drink vendors there, and live music as well. And then Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan is there in person and in sand tonight. Hi, Bob.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, great night here on Siesta Key. You mentioned that red tide. Yeah, there's not much at all, in fact. All the folks walking around here, no coughing, no sneezing, so it's nice. And we're going to wind shift over the weekend out of the northeast, which may help as well, with no sea breeze developing in the afternoon. Well, here it is, Sarasota Circus History. This is their main work, all the artists getting together and doing this right here. As you come in, you can see all the different sponsors, and there's Andy over there doing some circus work right now. He's got a little clown going on, some clown work right there. But I can see some of the works already, and they are amazing, and they still have over 36 hours before they're officially done, and then they are judged by some world-renowned judges, and there's a $15,000 purse, too. So there's going to be quite a bit going on here throughout the weekend. Obviously, it starts at 10. Tomorrow goes until 9. These will be lit up here on Siesta Key, so it goes through the evening at 9 o'clock. It's always beautiful out here during the evening. As far as the maps go, here's what's going on Holmes Beach. Holmes Beach webcam showing pretty nice weather there, too. There's a lot of folks out there enjoying with their sun umbrellas out because there's been a lot of sunshine. There should be over the weekend, too, despite the presence of a cold front. We are looking at a cold front moving down, and that front will cool us down to more seasonal averages on Saturday. And we'll see a better chance for rainfall with the next front that comes down on late Tuesday into early Wednesday. And then much cooler weather moves in on Wednesday and Thursday. We're talking highs in the low 70s pretty much on both those days. Well, here's the radar picture showing quite a bit of activity. It would not be a good day for sand sculpting up in the panhandle of Florida as they've had a lot of rainfall there and clouds. That front is slowly sinking in our direction. Should be passing through around midday on Saturday for the most part, anyway from 10 until 2. But it will only bring an increase in clouds and 1 or 2 passing showers, I do believe, at this point, as the main energy will be well to the north and east of us. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, the radar picture not depicting any rainfall around here right now, and that's good news for all the high school football action and the playoffs that are taking place, I do believe. And the wider picture showing some dry air behind it over Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. That dry air will come in, too, and so the dew point and the humidity that's been so high lately will go down. As far as the temperatures go currently, it's 80 in Sarasota, a bit warmer inland Sebring. It's 86, and Arcadia at 85. This is the heat index. Not a big factor near the coast, but inland areas still feels like nearly 90 in Arcadia. Well, lows tonight and overnight to start the day off tomorrow will be in the low 70s, which is, again, summer-like. We're looking at upper 60s inland at Pike Parish and Lakewood Ranch, 69 degrees there. We should start off with generally fair skies. And then, as I said, clouds increasing as that front approaches on late Saturday morning, early Saturday afternoon. There's the forecast, and the temperature is what's going to be nice tomorrow. It'll cool down to more seasonal averages. We're talking temperatures into the low 80s for the most part. The wind flow, I mentioned the wind will shift. We've had it out of the southeast with a west coast breeze developing every afternoon. Well, that's changing tomorrow as that front blows through. Those winds will pick up a little bit out of the north and then eventually northeast at 10 to 15. As I mentioned, that could be good for any kind of harmful impacts of the red tide, as those winds will stay out of the east on Sunday, anywhere from 5 to 10 on Sunday. Well, here's the futurecast showing that front coming down, thin line of showers approaching, then kind of falls apart as it nears us. I pretty much agree with that. Some clouds will be around Sunday. Look for sunshine, cooler temperatures, and look for highs in the upper 70s near the beaches. And then we'll see another warm day on Monday. It quickly turns around back into the mid-80s. Currently, it's 81. And the dew point at 73, the pressure 2997. Here's what we take from Monday on forward. You can see that secondary front coming through Tuesday of next week will bring the much cooler air our way. Let's get to the forecast and show you for beach and boating. Winds out of the north at 5 to 10 knots, picking up to 15 knots in the afternoon. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. And the water temperature now at 80 degrees. As far as the extended forecast goes, well, there it is. High temperatures in the low 80s tomorrow. And we will see cooler weather on Wednesday and Thursday. Look at that, 70s. Finally, a taste of fall or even close to winter, but not quite there. Get a look at this. The theme is, again, Sarasota Circus History. There's Andy getting the clown done. Is that me? Yeah, he's looking at me and making that. There you go. Back to you guys. Great time out here.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Now, let's check First Alert traffic, and we want to tell you to try to avoid the interstate if you can at this hour. There's a crash in the northbound lanes just before you get to Clark Road, and it is blocking 2 left lanes at that area. And look at the traffic. It is backed up from Laurel Road all the way north to State Road 70 in Manatee County. It is a slow drive north on the interstate at this hour, so avoid it if you can. Taylor?
Scott, in health news tonight, it seems ironic that hospitals where you go to improve your health can also be dangerous places. A recent study in the British Medical Journal finds medical errors are the 3rd leading cause of death in the U.S. Only 1/3 of states have hospitals that received A's in the latest Leapfrog hospital safety grades. The 5 states with the highest percentage are New Jersey, Oregon, Virginia, Massachusetts, and Texas. The lowest percentage of A-rated hospitals are in Connecticut, Nebraska, Washington, D.C., Delaware, and North Dakota. Outdoor air pollution is a major health threat nationwide. New research by George Mason University found that exposure to certain air pollutants is linked to increased emergency room visits for respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Researchers found that primary pollutants emitted directly from a source like car exhaust were associated with ER visits for cardiovascular and respiratory diseases. Secondary pollutants that are formed through chemical reactions in the air were linked to visits for respiratory diseases. Well, coming up, troopers in New Jersey pull an unconscious man from a burning car, and authorities in Texas were led on an hour-long highway chase by a teenager on a 4-wheeler. But that's not even the most interesting part. Stay with us.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
New Jersey State Troopers save a man's life after pulling him from a burning car. Last Sunday, Troopers Thomas O'Connor and Christopher Warwick They found a driver unconscious and his foot was pressed on the accelerator. The troopers worked to free him from the car. As the fire began to spread into the passenger compartment, they were able to pull him out and drag him to safety. Once out of the car, the driver regained consciousness and amazingly was not hurt.
A 15-year-old who led authorities on a pursuit up and down a Houston highway on a four-wheeler may be criminally charged. The teenage suspect was even live streaming the entire thing on Snapchat. Take a look.
Stopping for no one.
That's just unheard of.
Houston TrainStar cameras catching the chase. A 15-year-old driver on his four-wheeler on the East Tex Freeway. Humboldt police confirmed to Eyewitness News this video posted on our Facebook page is the driver showing off on Snapchat. We've blurred his face because of his age.
What the heck? What were they thinking?
Jennifer Rodriguez was running some errands when the chase passed by her.
At first, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything until the cop pulls into the car wash, and I'm like, what the heck? And then the four-wheeler comes out, and the cop starts chasing him, and I was like, oh my God, I hope they catch this idiot.
The teen led police around town before losing them briefly. Officers did catch up with him near Lauder Road before getting on the freeway.
He put himself in danger and a lot of other people in danger just to try to get him to pull over.
Police stayed close behind, controlling traffic.
We just didn't want cars passing him at the normal speed limit going 20 or 25 miles faster than him and not seeing him and hitting him with a motor vehicle.
The hour-long joyride ended off of FM 1314 in Montgomery County.
He would have probably got a lot less trouble if he just listened to the cops instead of running, huh?
All right, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Sarasota County now has numbers showing just how terrible the red tide toll has been on business. Hotels are trying to attract now more visitors to the area.
Plus, we'll introduce you to this week's chalkboard champion, a Suncoast teacher who's making a big impact on her students.
You like to pay less. That's why you made Honda Accord the best-selling mid-size car in America. Get the redesigned Accord, the North American Car of the Year, or Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Like SUVs and trucks? Get Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, CRV, the 8-passenger Pilot, or Ridgeline truck for up to $4,240 less. Today at your local Honda dealer.
My grandpa was always telling me about it.
But the civil rights thing happened like a million years ago.
Still, he thought it was important that I know what it was like.
So we followed the civil rights trail to Alabama. We saw Dr. King's church,
the bridge in Selma, the church in Birmingham, and I finally knew what he was talking about.
Some things you just have to experience for yourself.
Start your civil rights journey at alabama.travel.
All across America, there are kids going hungry. It sounds crazy, but it's real. It's also a problem we're fixing. Kids who rely on school meals need help in the summer. That means neighborhood meal sites that are easy to get to and free for every kid. When you make breakfast part of a school day, a lot more kids get the chance to eat. These programs work. Over the past few years, 1/3 fewer children in the United States are facing hunger. Let's make No Kid Hungry a reality.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
I'll be right back. Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.